Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. I'm teacher Oakley. Hi, everyone. Okay, in this class, and actually in the subsequent class, we're going to be talking about those nasty, tricky prepositions. Prepositions in English are words that we can use to help show time or place or even purpose. They're those short words to show position or place, up, down, in, out, okay, to show purpose, for, to, off, on. And today in this class specifically, we're going to be talking about prepositions of time and also a little other language of time, how to express time phrases. We'll be doing a little bit with the verb tense and other time language like since, ago, from, to. In this class, we're going to look at prepositions of time specifically. And then next class, we're going to do more general prepositions. And next class, we'll be doing a little prepositions quiz. But for this class, we're going to be talking about time. It's about time you join the class. Just kidding. Hi, Rudolfo. How are you today?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm okay. Thank you. Although I must tell you, Rudolfo, here in the Philippines where I am, it's going to be a scorcher. Do you know what that means?
Score what?
A scorcher. I'll write it in the Verbling chat box if I can. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know what's that.
Okay, the phrase, it's going to be a scorcher. It's going to be a scorcher means scorch. To scorch something is to apply heat to it and burn the outside. So if I say today is going to be a scorcher, I mean it's going to be very hot.
Oh, it was like it's like that here too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
global warming.
Yeah, it's night and we are at 34 degrees.
Oh my goodness. I can relate because it's morning here and it's 34 degrees, which means it's going to become hotter. Exactly. It's a scorcher. All right. All right, great. Hi, Igor. How are you?
Hi, Mr. Teacher Oakley. I'm doing very well. How about you?
I'm okay. How's the weather in Moldova?
It's about, yesterday was about 22, 25 degrees, but it feels like 30 degrees maximum. It's not very warm. It's okay. For me, it's very comfortable. Comfortable temperature.
Comfortable.
Comfortable temperature.
Comfortable. Yeah, that sounds.
Comfortable.
For me and Rodolfo, that sounds terrific, Igor. That sounds.
What is temperature in Philippines?
It's like 34, the same as where Rodolfo is.
And it feels like what?
1,000. It feels like I'm sitting in an oven is what it feels like.
Do you have a conditioner?
Yes, I do. I do. And
it's okay.
I just turned it on. And
I do not have conditioner at home, but I do not need because it's I don't know, house apartment is how to say modulated, that is not warm inside. It's how we can say this. It's
I don't know. It's room temperature is about the temperature you're talking about, but I don't know what you're trying to say.
I mean that I do not have conditioner at my home,
Yeah.
in my apartment, but it's comfortable because apartment is so in some ways built that it's not hot inside when it's hot outside.
Okay. So you have some kind of central heating.
No. It's I don't know the walls.
The materials that
Yeah,
it's
materials. I don't know. Yeah, materials
Oh.
or walls. Something I don't know. It's warm when is winter, but it's
Oh,
cold.
okay. I see. Because of the building materials.
Yeah, building materials. I don't know
Oh,
what
okay.
building materials they used, but it's comfortable, and I do
Ah,
not need conditioner um, to be
okay.
cooled.
In here in the Philippines, where I am, every house is built from cement. So much like a kind of an oven, it slowly builds up heat over the day, and the heat stays in your house at night. It doesn't cool down until, I don't know, 5 in the morning.
And what bill do you have for electricity every month? Average bill?
Well,
Average.
it's usually about $50, but this month, ooh, it's gonna double or triple. I haven't seen my bill yet. I'm waiting anxiously, or I'm waiting with great trepidation. I'm very nervous about my electric bill this week, which
Here,
is coming
average
soon.
bill is $25-30
Oh,
average
nice.
bill of a person, but can be $50. Depends on the how is big apartment or house, but average is 25. Let's say.
Oh, that's okay. That's cool. That's not bad.
Yeah. Not bad.
Okay, cool. I want to say hi to Tirapat. How are you? Tirapat, are you there? Is your microphone working? Oh, dear. I lost him. Bummer. I really wanted to try to pronounce his last name. Challenging. So, Rodolfo, do you have air conditioning?
No, I don't have one. I just open the windows to let the air circle or
Circulate.
circulate.
Yeah, let the air
Yeah, but
circulate.
it's really annoying that some days it's really cold, and the next day it's really hot and warm.
Yeah, okay. I don't have to deal with much temperature fluctuation here. It's just always
The
hot.
most the highest temperature I've felt is like 41 degrees Celsius.
Yeah,
No,
that
51.
what?
51.
51?
Yeah.
Doesn't that like cook your brain? Doesn't that cause brain damage or something?
Almost.
I didn't know it was humanly possible to. Wow.
In what country you are, Rodolfo? From what country you are?
Mexico.
Where are you from?
I'm
Oh,
from Mexico.
What city?
Well, I'm from Chihuahua, but I'm currently living in Monterrey.
Oh,
in,
okay, Monterrey.
in Monterey? Oh, really?
Yeah.
It gets that hot in Monterey? Wow.
Yeah, it's very hot. It's like you say, a scorcher. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not really warm, but it feels like it could be like 35, but it feels like 41, 42.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
How to ask a correct, complete question? I will ask, but you will correct me. Did many people die in the Philippines because of heart problems? How to ask correct?
Well, you need to use do. Do many people die of heart problems?
Yeah, do many people die in the Philippines because of heart problems that's caused by high temperature?
No, I think they're naturally kind of inclined. Honestly, it freaks me out because I just want to run around with no clothes on at all, really, if I had my choice. But Filipinos will have a long sleeve shirt on and pants and be perfectly fine, you know.
Okay, they used to this temperature. It's correct to say they
Yeah.
or they.
Or we can say they're acclimated. Actually, is a better word. They're acclimated
They,
to the
they
temperature.
acclimate.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, climate there is part of the word. So
Okay.
Igor, I think that
Yeah.
at temperature you're in your country, I will be with a jacket or a sweater. And
yeah.
No, it's I'm
No.
in a t-shirt and pants and
No, I
trousers.
actually I think Rodolfo is right. We have a joke here with the expatriates, the non-natives who live in the Philippines. We say that you've lived in the Philippines too long when you have to wear a sweater if it's 28.
yes,
I mean, it's cold.
That's a normal joke here. Yeah.
It's very comfortable temperature.
Yeah, I'm totally jealous, actually. Hello, Mauricio. How are you?
Hello, fine. Thanks for asking. You?
I'm doing well, thank you. Okay? I have to ask, Mauricio, is that you in the picture? Are you in your in
Yeah,
your?
that's me.
Are you climbing into a jet?
No, this was in a museum
Oh,
because I like so much the airplanes. I want to be a pilot. So this is an airplane, but it doesn't. Yes, it doesn't work.
okay. I was excited. I thought maybe I had a student who was a jet plane fighter or something. Cool.
More later, more later, more later.
Later.
I'm going to fly.
Okay. Later in my life, I will fly. Okay. Speaking of later and time related vocabulary, although I very much enjoyed the discussion so far, we should get to business a little bit, talking about prepositions of time. Okay, so we use different prepositions to express time: at, on, in. Okay, what preposition do we use with specific times? Does anybody know?
At.
Yes, very good. That's right, and it can be a specific time like at 5 o'clock, or even at midnight, at noon. Okay. What time is noon? Do you know, Mauricio?
What
The
time? Oh,
What time?
12 a.m.
go ahead.
or 0.
These zeros.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Noon, the sun is straight up. Now, okay. Actually,
Oh
I don't
yeah,
have.
sorry.
Yeah. Not 0. That's midnight if you're thinking about military time. And actually, I don't have any Russians in the class, but maybe there's some Russian viewers.
No, you can ask me
I can ask you. Okay.
because I'm near Russia, so I'm.
All right,
familiar
all right.
to it.
All right, Igor. What time is noon? How do I express that with numbers and AM or PM?
Could you repeat your question, please?
Yes. What time is noon if I want to express it with the abbreviation AM or PM?
In American format, it's 12 p.m.
12 p.m. Yes, you got that right. I have other.
I have a clock on a computer in American format. So now here in my country it's 6 o'clock in the morning, a.m., 6 a.m.
What are you doing up so early?
I wake up at 6 o'clock every day, basically, or at 7.
All right. Good for you. I'm not a morning person at all.
Okay.
I don't like to get up that early.
Me too.
You too? What time do you get up, Mauricio?
Usually like 9 or 10 in the morning.
Okay, 9 or 10 in the morning. In the morning, very good. At 9 or 10 in the morning. Mauricio, kudos. That's a
Thank you.
winner. That is correct use of prepositions. Rodolfo, what time do you get up usually?
I usually get up at 7 or 8 a.m.
Okay, I think that's probably a reasonable time. I get up as late as I possibly can. I get up an hour before my first class.
You may watch many TV programs before to sleep till 10 o'clock, till 2 o'clock in the morning. You watch.
Actually, that's when I went to bed last night at 2 o'clock, but not because I was watching TV. I had a private class at 1 in the morning, my time.
Oh, okay.
Because I live in the Philippines, sometimes I teach private tutoring, and so everybody is after me, you know? My time is very... I am ahead of them on the, world time zone clock. I'm ahead of everybody almost.
Do any of you use alarm to wake up?
Yeah, I do. Yes. I don't need to. I actually, every day I wake up and it's like 2 minutes before the alarm goes off. I don't think it's necessary, but just to make sure.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
I would like
because
to know.
Hang on, Rodolfo. What's that, Mauricio?
I would like to know what's the difference between get up, wake up.
Okay. Okay, I get up at 9 o'clock. I wake up at 9 o'clock. There is no difference.
Because I see that some person use get up and others use wake up. I think that there are different. So.
Well, we basically use them the same, but I suppose if you really want to be, particular, I suppose you could wake up at 9 and lie around in bed and then get up at 10. Okay?
Oh, okay.
I suppose get up really literally means you actually get out of your bed. And wake up, of course, you open your eyes and stop sleeping.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Most of us get up right away when we wake up, but I suppose if you just lie around in bed.
You wake up, but you can continue in your bed.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, I guess that's true. Rodolfo, did you have a question or a comment?
No, I just wanted to say that you can see that I have a huge window here, and I have another one here, and when it's morning, the light comes from all sides of my bed. And I don't need an alarm.
Okay, so the sun, of course, rises in the east. Ooh, there's another preposition. The sun rises in the east, so it must be that your windows face east. We could say, all right. Yeah, my windows face west. Actually, you guys, if you've ever seen my classes later in the day, sometimes the sun is shining very brightly, like 5 hours from now, and it's hard for me to teach because the sun is piercing. When the sun sets, it shines right in. Okay. All right, prepositions of time. All right, we talked about at. Okay, we can use at, of course, for a specific time, at midnight, at noon, or phrases where we actually use the word time, at lunchtime. Okay, I'll see you at lunchtime. All right. Okay. We use on. When do we use on with time?
When you are referred to dates or something like that.
Okay, like on March 12th. Okay. Here, wait. Here's another thing. Um, Now, for I think most of the world, and in British English, for example, okay, you see it written like this on 12 March, but of course, us crazy Americans can't do anything that everybody else does, so we say March 12 instead of 12 March, although it would seem to be logical to say day, month, year. Americans, of course, are not logical. So when we express a date, we'll we say March 12th, 1992. Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know what's wrong with us. Yes, for specific dates, right, we say on, and also for days of the week. I'll see you on Friday. Or, for example, if we're going to say on Friday morning, I'll meet you on Friday morning or on Sunday afternoon. Or, for example, what if we have a holiday on Christmas Day? I'll meet you on Christmas Day, but if I don't use the word day, it will be at Christmas. I'll see you at Christmas. There's another one where we use at when we're talking about holidays. If we use the word day, just like days of the week, Monday, Thursday, if there's any day in the phrase, we use on. Okay. So holidays, if we use the word day in the expression, then we say on. If we just say the holiday, I'll see you at Thanksgiving. Sometimes we may say, for example, with holidays, I'll see you at Easter time. When we use the word, the key here is when we use the phrase, when we use time in the phrase, we say at, and when we use day in the phrase, we use on. Okay. Now, in. Okay. In. When do we use in? Anybody?
Maybe you can use it in places.
Sorry?
You can use it in places.
Well,
very.
Go ahead, Rodolfo.
I was going to say what you just
showed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. We use in for longer periods of time. So for a long period of time, like a whole month, all right, we would use in. I'll be in Greece in April, or in 1986 if we're talking about a whole year. Basically, when we use the preposition in, you have to kind of mentally think about inside, okay? I'll see you in April, meaning April has borders starting with the 1st and the 30th. So inside, you can think of it that way. So in the 1970s, if you're talking about a 10-year period, what's a 10-year period called, by the way?
Decade.
Decade. Yeah, yes, very good. Decade. Second syllable stress, so decade. A decade. Okay, that's better. Good. Okay, what's a 100-year period called?
Century.
Very good. Now, double points for anybody who can tell me what a 1,000-year period is.
Millennium.
Ooh, double points for Rodolfo. Very good. A millennium.
You are a winner.
You are the winner. So far, the game's not over. So far. Okay, so once in a century, once in a millennium. Also, for phrases like, which are very common, when we say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Okay? we use in. All right, so for a longer period of time, sort of related to that, not actually a preposition, but during. We use during plus a noun to say when something happens. If it happens at the same time as something else, a simultaneous action. So, for example, during the film, okay, during our holiday, during the night. I once watched I once went to watch a movie here in the Philippines, and during the film there was a man sitting right next to me, and he had a soda with a straw, and all through the movie he was going
Yeah.
during
How
the
is
whole
that?
movie.
How do you say that song in English?
Slurp. Good question. Yes, good question. He was slurping through his straw. We can say when somebody does that, they suck through a straw and there's nothing left but ice cubes, and they make that noise. Or when somebody eats soup, if you've ever seen somebody eat soup and they take the spoon and they go, kind of annoying. Yeah, that's slurping. Yeah. Okay. So during the film, he was slurping his soda. All right. During the night, dogs were barking during the night. I couldn't sleep. All right. So we're talking about a simultaneous action at the same time. Okay. Let's see. We use in. Okay, hang on. Screen share here. In plus a period of time. Okay. When we're talking about a time in the future, when we're using future tense. So, for example, Jack will be back in a week. So, if we're thinking about the future, and we're going to give a time in the Jack will be okay. If we're talking about the period of time before he's going to be back, we use in. Of course, if we're using future tense, what if I'm saying Jack is going to return on Saturday? How would I say that, Igor? How can I say?
Sorry, could you
Yeah.
repeat?
How would I say that Jack is going to return on Saturday? Oh, I just said it.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. Never mind. Okay. So if I'm giving the period of time, Jack will be back in a week. If I'm saying a day, obviously I'm still going to use on. Jack will be back on Saturday. If I'm saying a specific time, Jack will be back at 7 o'clock. All right, or Jack will be back at Christmas, for example.
Christmas Day.
Or Jack will be back on Christmas Day. Exactly. So it works the same for future tense. Boy, that's silly me. Often you'll hear the phrases, for example, with a time express. The train will leave in a few minutes, for example. All right. Also, okay, this is important. Also, when we're talking about how long it takes to do something. Okay, let me ask you. Mauricio, do you know how to drive? Oh, okay, I got a better question. Mauricio, you want to be a pilot.
Okay, yeah.
How long do you... okay, how long do you think it will take you to learn how to be a pilot?
Usually it takes only 8 months in the United States, but the pilot need experience, yeah? The experience is in hours. So the
Right.
experience is for all the life because you need more experience every day and more and more and more hours, right?
Okay. The experience is in hours. Okay. I messed up with my question, although this is interesting, so I'm going to follow up. How many hours flight time do you need to get a pilot license?
The pilot license here in Colombia, you need only 200 hours. But if you study in the United States, that is a better education than here, and no, it's not expensive. You only have to have uh, two 250 250 hours. Yeah.
250 hours? And there's different kinds of pilot licenses. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Like,
for example, and the normal that you can fly a plane, and the another is B motors. I don't know how to say it. B motors, B motors. Excuse me, B engines, B engines.
time?
I can write in the in the check box.
E-motors,
Engines. Excuse me,
B
it's like
motors.
B engines, B engines.
By. Okay, when you have that preposition by, Mauricio, think about like bicycle.
Okay, bicycle.
Yeah, biannual, twice a year, bicycle, bi engines. Means always bi means, of course, two.
Oh, okay. With this license,
Thing.
yeah.
All right. Didn't quite fall into my trap, but that's my own fault. I had a future question. Let me try somebody else. Igor, do you have a license?
Yeah, I do have.
Okay, I knew that. How long did it take you to learn to drive a car?
Um, how to say that I didn't have the car. Do you know when you go to drive license? What we can name this? When you go to what to pass the or what?
Yeah,
Drive
you have to go pass the exam.
What?
Yeah, you need to go take a driver's test.
Yeah.
Usually.
So before this driver test, I haven't or I didn't drive a car. How we can say?
Really?
Yeah. Before.
Really? Okay. How do you say it? First of all.
How it is?
I'm shocked. I have not driven a car. You're going to use past perfect tense.
Yeah, before.
Right.
But not before exam, but before study for this exam. Do you know? You go on the courses, and after that you pass that exam. So before courses or courses?
Course.
Before course, I hadn't drive a car. You said.
Okay. Before I took a course, I hadn't or had not driven a car. You have to use the past participle, driven.
Before I course, I hadn't driven a car. So I went to the. It's correct to say I went to courses. Yes.
I went to a driver's school, or I took courses.
Yeah, I took courses in a driver's school. Yes, there I learned to drive a car. There in that course. So to drive a car takes me took me I think 2 months from scratch from beginning.
Good phrase.
Yeah, from scratch because I had.
That's fine. I hadn't experienced driving.
Yeah, I hadn't experienced driving, so I learned from zero, and till proficiency took me 1 month about of these courses, and on this course. So after that, I passed very good exam theoretical. Do you know that there are two exam, practical and theoretical? You answer questions and you drive.
Right. Yeah.
So I
Okay.
passed at the higher marks, or how we can say higher marks.
Yeah. Yeah. I passed with high marks. Is
Yeah, I passed with
same. That's a good way.
with high marks.
Okay. All right. I was trying to get you to use the expression, I learned to drive in 2 months. But actually, it's interesting that Igor did not use that phrase, which I was sort of fishing for, but he said it took me 2 months. And you used another phrase, which is fine. It's something, the length of time something you learn to do something or a job takes, or until proficiency. From until is another. That's
Can we say
very
till?
interesting.
Till without.
Till, yes, you can. That's a weird one. Thank you for asking. Excuse me. Sorry. You can use from until, or it's very common, especially in speaking, here from till.
Okay.
Until fall, the weather is hot, for example. Okay. All right. Rafael, how are you? Phone? Okay. All right. I'll give you a minute to fix your microphone. Go ahead. You get yourself situated over there. Okay. And a period of time. How long something has been happening. Okay, how can I use for in a period of time? Raphael, are you?
I have been studying for.
Exactly, I've been studying for 3 years. Okay, if you're going to give the period of time, Raphael, are you working yet? Are you microphoned?
Are you microphoned? Good question. It's correct to ask something like that. Are you microphoned?
Okay, here is a fun thing about English. Students, this may seem stupid, and it is stupid, but I will confess something to you. Occasionally, for fun, this is like English teaching fun time. Occasionally, I will go out, maybe I'm sitting at a with some of my other teacher buddies, and as a kind of a drinking game, we will try to make up new English words. It's fun. You can do this. Yes, microphone as a verb. Are you microphoned? It's probably not in the yet. But it's
if
fun.
a non-native speaker would speak something like that,
Actually, just as
okay.
you guys laughed and I laughed about it, it's actually fun. Actually, native speakers think it's kind of humorous when we make up words, and we do that. Sometimes we make up words on the spot, and it's usually a cause for some laughter. It's especially if you're using like onomatopoeia. Okay, onomatopoeia are word sound. We do that all the time, and it's kind of fun. For example, I should do a class like this. Okay, making up words for things that there are no words for. For example, you get on a bus and you sit in the seat, and you can feel the seat. What is the word for that?
It's uncomfortable only comfortable if it's very cold.
It could be. What if it's a big fat with the warmth of the seat? You feel kind of goomy to make up words. I felt all goomy. The seat was still warm. That's not a word. Okay, that's for example. All right, anyway. For example, there's for again. So, I studied English for 6 years. Watching TV for 2 hours. Okay, so you're talking about a period of time. Rodolfo, how can I use since? Can you try using since in a sentence?
Yes, I've been studying engineering since 2008.
Very good. You refer back to a time, and since means that past time up until the present. All right.
But excuse me. But science is, I think, this is a more long period that for example.
I'm sorry, I don't quite understand your question.
For example, I think I don't know if I'm right. Science is for a more long period than from.
Not necessarily. No, okay, here, let me try to clarify. Of time,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter when. I have been, well, I've been studying, if you want to emphasize how the length of time, period of time, I've been studying English for 3 years. You're really emphasizing the period of time till now. If you're then you're really emphasizing when you started. It doesn't matter period of time.
It depends of the context.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We can also express a period of time by using from to. Okay, if I've been studying English for 3 years, that means starting 3 years ago up to now. All right? But what if I want to talk about, what if I stopped studying English 2 years ago?
From
yes.
2008 till...
Yes, you can. From to or from to is okay. If you're using until or the shortened form till, verb tense, I studied, and actually from till or from to, notice my verb tense. I had studied. I'm going to use past perfect. I had studied English from 2008 until 2011. I might even say up until 2011. Okay, if I use till, I'm really until really emphasizes you stopped, you ended. Okay. When I use from to, I studied English from 2000 to 2011. Okay, I can use simple past. Okay, look at some examples here. I want to kind of hang on a second. I want to actually go back to 4 and 2 because I want to kind of show you a little with the verb tenses. Talk about the verb tenses a little. You're going to use for example, to show a duration of time. I have lived in this house for 6 years. Notice in this case I'm using present perfect tense. Okay, they have been watching TV for 2 hours. In this case, what am I using? I'm using continuous tense.
Continuous tense.
Yes. Okay, so when I use for, it can be, I can't say I lived in the house for 6, well, you can. I lived in the house for 6 years. Okay. If you use tense, okay, what is the difference? I lived in the house for 6 years. All you're saying is there was a 6-year period that you lived there. You're going to use perfect tense. I have lived in this house for 6 years. Perfect tense, of course, means that there's a connection with now. Perfect tense with have, or past perfect with have, when there's a connection with now. So not just the preposition, but your verb tense will actually tell you if you're only expressing a duration of time, or if that duration of time is connected with now. All right, so you use the verb tense to help you describe if you're connecting, if it's up to now. I have lived in the house for 6 years. Okay, so when you use since, if taking that logic another step forward, if you use since, I have lived in the house since 5. The word since means there is a connection with now. This forces me to use perfect tense. I have no choice if I use the word since. I can use perfect, I have lived in the house since 2005, or I can use I have been living in the house, past continuous, of course. I have been living in 2005. I can't say I lived in the house since 2005. I can't. It won't work because I have a connection with the now when I use the word since. Since automatically makes a connection with now. So, right. With for, I can use any of those tenses. With since, I have to use either continuous, which emphasizes the action, or perfect, which emphasizes the result, meaning I'm still living there. Okay? Hopefully you guys get that. Okay. Let's talk. Igor's brought this up a couple times. Let's make sure we understand till or until. Notice here in my little worksheet, we use until or till. Like you were asking before, Igor, can you use till? Yes, you can. How long a situation continues? Let's wait until it stops raining. I stayed in bed until 9:30. Okay, when were you talking about time? We use until. Obviously, we're trying to express a point in time. Something. The action continued and stopped until 9:30. So the action staying in bed continues until 9:30. That's when you're expressing the end. So as I said earlier, until you're really saying that something ended. All right? Actually, this is...
Can we say, for example, last evening we watched TV from 5 till 8 o'clock?
Right. Or you can say, yes, you certainly can. We watched TV from 5 to 8 o'clock. Then you're expressing the duration of time. When you say until has a natural emphasis on when you stopped. Okay? Mm-hmm. There's a very slight and subtle difference. It's really not that important. But until emphasizes the ending of the action.
This is until.
Yeah. So really when Igor's expressing you watch TV until 8 o'clock, he's more putting emphasis on the 8 o'clock ending. All right? You can say it either way.
Teacher, did you say since can only be used in present? For example, I want to say that this sentence, it has been raining since Tuesday to...
Oh, okay.
Well, since Tuesday.
No, I said it has to be perfect or continuous. Okay, you just use continuous. It had been raining since Tuesday. Yeah, because with a perfect tense or continuous tense, there is a connection with now, which is why we use those tenses. And the word since, of course, means a length of time that has a connection with now. Do you understand, Rodolfo?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, very good. Okie doke. Okie doke. All right, now let's try for something completely different. All right. Okay, now also when we're talking about, let's talk, alrighty. tell me, I'm going to do screen share. What time is it? Two times and prepositions. There's sometimes confusion because British prepositions of time and American prepositions of time are different. Okay, Rodolfo, what time is it? How can I express this?
It's should I say should I use prepositions?
No, just say it any way that you want to say it.
It's 4 a.m.
Well, actually,
or 4 o'clock a.m.
Actually, maybe you can't see it, but that's an 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock in the morning.
You can say 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 8 a.m. It's 8 o'clock. You don't even have to say the o'clock part. Any of those are correct. Very good. Igor, what about this one?
It's 5 o'clock in the evening or in afternoon.
Very good. Igor, do you often use, in Moldova, do you often use this 24-hour clock times?
Yeah, this is basically our standard of time.
Okay.
We do not have here AM, PM. We have here
Right.
17, 18, 20, 23,
Right.
00.
Very good.
But on my computer I put American time format, so I can adapt to be more in English.
Okay.
Efficient.
Yes, in English, we call this military time. I mean, that's what we call it. When we use the 24-hour clock, in English, it's known as military time. The military uses it always.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's right,
1700.
because here in Colombia, when you say 17, you are referred to 5 in the afternoon.
That's right.
And 5, only 5, is 5 in the morning. This is the military hour, how you say.
That's right. So, for a regular non-military person, I would express this as, of course, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 p.m., similar to 8. However, if I was in the military, I express this as 1,700 hours, or as
It's like
Mauricio
24 format.
24-hour format. That's right. As Mauricio said, 5 in the morning. In military time, this would be 0500 hours. I have to report for duty at 0500 hours. That's just military language. And of course, there's a lot of people in the military, so it's worth knowing. Another question for you, Igor. Do you write it with the colon, or do you write it with just a period?
With the column.
With the colon?
First. Yeah.
Okay.
And on the clocks on TV, for example, you know TV programs. So we have clocks. We have this what is time now. So they write with this format. And then Russia is the same. All countries that near Russia is the same format.
Okay. All right.
I know for sure.
Okay. Thank you. Because I've seen it written like that with just a period, and I was curious about that. I whatever. But thank you. Okay. Rodolfo, what time is this?
It's 4
I need to pick a different number. 4 1/4. Not quite.
Oh, why 4?
How do you know
Sorry,
that it's 4? It's 8.
Yeah, this is an 8. I think it's just blurry on Rodolfo's screen.
Sorry,
it is an
I'm
8.
sleepy.
It's 8:15.
It's 8:15. You can express this and be correct by saying it's 8:15, just as you can say it's 8:12, for example. You can say 8 and then the number. It's 8:37. Sure, you're always safe saying that. But what is another way I can say 8:15?
Something like quarter, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
Quarter
9
after 8.
quarter.
You guys are fun. Okay. All right. Now here's where it gets confusing. Because, and actually I don't remember. Actually, it's become much. British say it one way, Americans say it another way. But to be honest, it's become so mixed each way. I can't even remember anymore which is which. We can say quarter past 8, quarter past, or quarter after 8.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't remember which one is American and which one is British. I get confused now because you could hear it either way in either country or any English-speaking country. You may hear quarter past or you may hear quarter after. Okay, how about this one?
We can see your screen. We see.
Oh yeah, no, you have to guess. It's much more challenging that way. Much more exciting. Woo!
8:45.
Yeah.
A quarter before 9.
Okay. You can. All right. 8:45. It's always safe to say the numbers 8:45, 8:37.
It's easier.
It's easier. Yes, I would have to agree with you. But you may also hear it expressed quarter of 9 or quarter to 9. Quarter to 9. And you would hear it like that. American would say quarter to 9. Quarter to 9. Notice reduced to.
Would you use also 15 minutes to 9? Or
You could, actually. Yeah, you might. Yeah, I've heard that before. I don't think it's as common, but yes, I have definitely heard it before.
because we say that in Mexico. Well, we usually have that say the hour like that in Spanish.
Okay, so maybe that'll be easy for you. Okay, and the last one, and then I gotta go because I have another class. What's this one?
18:30.
8:30.
8:30.
Okay, is there another way to say it? Of course there is.
8 and a half.
9:30.
Half past, that's it. There is no half after, but there is a half past. Half past 8.
How?
Okay.
How?
Half past.
How fast?
Half.
How?
Half past. Okay, you guys.
Silent.
Thank you. This